Good morning children. Today we are going to read lesson number 7 about the balanced diet. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to read about because of not taking sufficient food and because of not taking nutritious food, what kind of diseases we are going to be have occurred, and if you are taking the food in that is the nutritious values, and each and the food what we are taking in that how many nutritious values are there and what kind of energy we are going to be get, and because of the undernutrition what kind of diseases we have to face, and the diseases if you have the vitamin deficiency, so what kind of diseases will be occurred and how to preserve ourselves from this all avoiding and attacking on the diseases, and next about how to preserve the food. The preserving of the foods also different methods are there, so that we'll discuss in the lesson about the balanced diet. Okay, so here in page number 118 they gave about malnutrition. So what is the meaning of malnutrition? Means a person who doesn't get enough food to eat. They suffer from malnutrition easily, as they were taking very less food. Children, they will be not taking as they are taking less food, the nutritious values are not up to the mark to their body. So because of that they are under malnutrition, and there are a large number of people in the world who are malnourished. So as so many people are facing the problem of this malnutrition, why the people are facing this malnutrition means because of their economical background. So as they were poor, so they were not in a position to purchase the food items. So poverty is the main reason why worldwide, not only India children, worldwide the people are facing this problem. And many children of our country, they look very pale and sick. They look very pale and sick. Why? Because they will be not having the nutritious values, because they suffer from the malnutrition and they do not get enough nourishment from their diet. So most probably this malnourishment, it is we can see the children who are under 1 to 5 years of age. Okay, so for example, if you saw a boy or girl who is 3 years, they will be for age they will be 3 years, but for if you saw them, they will be look like 1 year babies, because as they were taking the malnutritious food, the age is growing, but their body, the physical body is not up to the mark, it is growing. And excessive cooking also destroy the nutritious. Some people know they will do deep fries, they will use so much oil to fry those items. By that time what will happen means, in vegetables what the nutrients are there, that nutrients will be destroyed. So if you are taking the vegetables also, you will be not get the nutritious values. A condition of which body does not function properly and exhibit unhealthy symptoms, it is called a disease. So deficiency of nutrition in the body result in the deficiency diseases. So here how to avoid this all the deficiency diseases means by taking the nutritious food. So what will become? What are the essential nutritious food means? The first one will be proteins. Okay, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, and roughage. These are the essential nutrients. What are the essential nutrients, children? Proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, and roughage. These are all the main essential nutritious things. So in page number 19 they gave the tabular form information. In that we can get the information, proteins, what kind of energy it will be give to the body, and by eating which things we will be get these proteins. So everyone open textbook page number 119, in that about the proteins. So from what are the sources to get the proteins means pulses, milk, cheese, nuts, eggs and beans. And for how they will be protect our body means proteins repair our body cells and help us to grow. Next one will be the carbohydrates. From where will we get it means bread, wheat, rice, sugar and potatoes. And these carbohydrates give us energy to do work. Next will be the fats. Oil, ghee, butter and mutton. It will give the fat to the body. And the fats also give us energy. Next, vitamins. Fresh fruits and vegetables. And vitamins protect us from diseases and keep us healthy. Minerals. Green leafy vegetables and fruits. From this we will get the minerals. And the minerals also protects us from diseases and keep us strong. Next, roughage. From vegetables and fruits we will be get it. And roughage help us in excretions. And now diseases which are caused due to the deficiency of one or more nutrients are called deficiency diseases. Okay, so and these deficiency diseases are non-communicable. So what is the meaning of non-communicable means? Communicable means the disease which can be spread from one affected people to the another people. For example, you can take it best example of cold, cough and at present the corona. So it is spreading from one person to another person. That kind of diseases will be known as communicable. And the diseases which will be caused because of the deficiency, those diseases are not spread from one person to another person. So these will be known as non-communicable diseases. Next. A child suffering from malnutrition may have diseases like marasmus and kwashiorkor. Okay, marasmus and kwashiorkor. A child suffering from marasmus, he has a stunted growth and weak body. The body will be dried up and no water levels at all, no blood at all, and the skin will be in a dry position and wrinkle, and the stomach also in a disorder occurs. So these are the features for the children who are having the marasmus diseases. And next one more disease is there which will be happen to the children only, that will be called as kwashiorkor. Okay, kwashiorkor, it is a disease and which will be caused by the deficiency of carbohydrates and proteins. And most probably if this disease is a means, what will happen? See, if you get hunger, you will be not take the lunch, you will be get the hunger feeling, isn't it? That hunger feeling won't be. It means low appetite and swollen belly, and the belly will be very large. If you will not take food also, it will become like that and reduce the growth. So these are the two main diseases. One is marasmus and one more one is the kwashiorkor. These are the main diseases which is happened because of the undernutrition. And apart from this, night blindness, because of the vitamin A deficiency, this night blindness will be happen, and night after evening the people they can't able to see, and it is very difficult them to see in the light, dim light, and their eyes will become weak. So to prevent this disease, what we have to eat means we have to take green leaf vegetables, carrots, papaya, mango and milk. This should be irregular in our food. And next one will be the beriberi. So beriberi is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin B, and it affects the nerve system, and there is a loss of appetite also. The skin becomes rough and dry. To prevent this diet rich in vitamin B like unpolished rich whole grains, milk, tomatoes and peas should be taken. And next one more disease is scurvy. Scurvy is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin C. It means the gums of the teeth will be affected. Okay, in scurvy there is swelling on the gums and pain in the joints. Bleeding gums is a symptom of scurvy, and it prevents this disease. Foods rich in vitamin C like oranges, grapes, lemons, gooseberries and tomatoes, it should be eaten more to avoid or to prevent this disease. And one more one, it is called as rickets. So rickets is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin D, and in rich rickets the legs become bow shaped, and to prevent this rickets one should take a diet rich in milk, cheese and eggs. Okay, and one more disease is there, that is a goiter. So deficiency of iodine in our diet leads to goiter, and people suffering from goiter develop a swelling in the neck. To prevent this disease, one should take iodized salt and eat a lot of seafood. So this can be called as thyroid also, children. And next one will be the anemia disease. So why it will be why it is happening means because of the due to the deficiency of iron less in our diet. In such condition, the hemoglobin content which will be present in our blood, that is also reduced, and an anemic person gets tired easily. To avoid such a condition, one should take a diet rich in iron. Like from where we'll get this iron quality means from the apple, carrot, spinach, egg yolk, meat and other green leafy vegetables. So these are the main important, these are the some of the deficiency diseases. And if you take these green vegetables and milk and next one will be the fruits and meat, egg and seafood in a balanced mode, these diseases can be prevented. Next one will be the digestion of food in the mouth. So the process of breaking down of food into simpler form is called digestion. So we take in food through the mouth and the teeth help us to break the food. The tongue is a muscular organ in the mouth that rolls the food in the mouth, and saliva is a kind of liquid present in the mouth and it takes the food moist and soft. So it changes the starch present in the food to sugar. The digestion begins in the mouth. So glucose, it is the simplest form of sugar that can be absorbed by the body to produce energy. So glucose gives us instant energy. And next, food hygiene and health. So it is very important to us and keep the food safe and hygiene. So how to put this? There are some of the important points are there, children. First one, the utensils in which the food is prepared and stored must be clean. Second point, the person who is handling the food should always wash his or her hands with soap and water before handling the food, and always keep the food covered and cook the food properly to kill the germs. And some vegetables and fruits can be eaten raw, and those vegetables which are eaten by raw, those also have to wash properly. And avoid eating stale food and food from places where it is not hygienically prepared. So these precautions we have to follow to keep us or to put us healthy. And now about the food preservation, there are so many different kinds are there to preserve the food. So in that, some of the important points, the first one will be refrigeration. So put in the all these green vegetables and fruits, eggs, meat in the fridge. In the cool temperature, the germs will not be grow more. So because of that, if you put these vegetables and fruits and all the eggs and meat and even milk also, you can preserve putting into the refrigerator. So this will be known as refrigeration, one of the food preserving method. And second one, drying. So water or moisture help the growth of bacteria. So this method involves the removal of water contained in food items like fish and fruits. So dry fruits are there, children. So this is also one kind of food preservation only, and this is to prevent the growth of microorganism. And food items are dried in dryers or directly in under the sun or in ovens to remove the moisture from the food items. And grapes are dried to give resin. So this process is called dehydrating, removing of the water from these vegetable fruits and other fruits and fish. And next one will be the vacuum packing. Okay, so what is the meaning of vacuum packing means? The vacuum packing is the process in which food items are stored in airtight containers or packs. So it prevents the food from being exposed to oxygen and increase the shelf life. And next preservation is boiling. So the best example is milk. Milk can be preserved after boiling. So the food like milk can be preserved by boiling, and boiling kills the germs present in the milk. And next one will be the salting. So salting is one of the oldest form of the preservation, preserving the raw foods. The process by which moisture is removed by adding salt is called as salting. So it is also called curing, and meat is generally preserved by this method. And next one will be the bottling or canning. So some food items get spoiled when they come in contact with moisture in the air. So flour, biscuits, sugar, these all can be remain fresh when they kept in the dry cans, tins or jars with a tight lid. And next one is the pickling. If you have eaten a pickle, you have tasted the food preserved by the pickling. So pickling involves the preservation of food stuffs like mango, lemon, chili and meat in edible oil with salt, spices and acids. Usually they'll use vinegar to preserve this all the vegetables using the method of pickling. And next, one more last topic is about the fermenting food. The process of fermentation preserves the food and makes it more nutritious and digestible. So curd is fermented by milk, and curd is good for us and can make us feel better. So when we have the diarrhea, it is better to have the curd. And it is also made from the fermented batter of rice and urad dal. So such foods are oil free, and thus it is very healthier also. So like this, these are the so many different kinds of preservation, food preservation methods. So we can preserve the food and follow the good diet and balanced diet to have the good health and be strong. Okay children, so this is the lesson about the balanced diet. So everyone, once again read the lesson from the textbook, and after reading the lesson from the textbook, in textbook page number 126 and 127, you will be having choose the correct answers, fill in the blanks and match the following. That all have to complete in textbook itself, and in next class we will be have spell words and question answers.